Hey guys, it's Matt from You and Your Horror Movies, and it's Top 10 Tuesday. We are doing our Top 10 revenge films. I am doing my Top 10 revenge that are in my collection. There's a bunch of other films that I'm missing, but I need to pick them up. But these are my Top 10 in my collection there. These are not just the overall Top 10, because everyone else will be different, but these are mine in my collection here. So, number 10 is The Pit. This movie was really fucked up. Pretty much the kid gets picked on galore from adults and kids. He's wandering the woods and he finds this hole in the ground, this pit. Looks inside and there's these creatures living in there. Starts feeding them. He decides to get his revenge by feeding them the people that tormented him. It's like the bully, this woman. Really weird. This movie was fucked up, freaking weird, but I loved it. This is The Pit. That's my number 10. Number 9 in this multi-pack is Slaughterhouse. Love Slaughterhouse. Classic slasher film. Nerds getting picked on by everybody. They rig a explosion. Well, they didn't rig explosion, but they rigged this chemistry setup where he was in. Exploded. He's badly burned. So, and years later, he invites everyone back and seeks his revenge. Slaughterhouse. That's number 9. Awesome. Number 8 is a made-for-TV movie that I'm throwing here, and that is Dark Night of the Scarecrow. This was on made-for-TV in the 1980s, I think 81, and Larry Drake, who is the guy from Darkman, he is like a mentally challenged individual. He finds a girl, I guess she gets killed, and the town thinks he did it, so they're chasing after him. So he hides in this weird-looking scarecrow outfit. They kill him. Then later on, the scarecrow comes back to life, seeking revenge on those who killed him. Very cool movie from the 1980s. Great TV movie there. Great TV movie. The next one is John Carpenter's The Fog. Great revenge film on how the ghost crew comes back to seek their revenge on the small town that pretty much fucked them over. Nothing beats the original. Unfortunately, there's that shitty remake, but what can you do? So this is my special edition of The Fog. I know there's a Screen Factory out there, but right now I'm holding on to this little guy here. Yeah, I love The Fog. Very cool deaths in it. I loved how the creatures were getting their revenge. Hi, Ty. He's hiding out over here, too. Check it on my list. Alright, my next one. Another one from the 80s, and that is The Wraith. Love The Wraith. Pretty much Charlie Sheen is a young man dating this one girl. A bunch of kids interrupt them while they're having sex. Pretty much kill him. And he comes back from the dead, but no one recognizes him, which is kind of weird. He looks the same from when he was younger, and he's driving this really weird-ass car. I love the car. And he goes after the crew that killed him. And pretty much they get into car accidents, and the bodies wind up almost like cryogenically frozen in the car wreck. No burns, no nothing. It's very awesome. I'm trying to find the soundtrack to this. I love this film. Alright, now I'll go to number 5. And that's Orca. The only killer whale movie out there that's a horror film. Pretty much the killer whale is doing the revenge. The whalers kill its mate, and when they bring it on board, the mate gives birth to a baby pretty much, and they kill the baby, and now this whale is furious. It goes after all the whalers and starts sinking boats and even destroys a town. Awesome revenge flick, and how it's reversed. How the whale is getting revenge on the humans. Number 4 is 976 Evil. This is Robert Englund's directorial debut on it. Got Stephen Jeffries, and how he's pretty much getting picked on in school a lot by these bullies. His brother tries to help him out, but it's not doing so well. He finds the hotline to 976 Evil, where it gives him his horoscope, and of course he starts getting possessed by a demon, and he starts seeking revenge on those who gave him harm, which was awesome. I love 976 Evil. Too bad the sequel wasn't that good, didn't go much with it, but this one was awesome. Good job, Robert Englund. Alright, number 3 is Pumpkinhead. Lance Henderson, his son gets killed by a bunch of partiers. They run him over, so he is pissed off. He goes to this old woman / witch or whatever. She conjures up the demon Pumpkinhead, and the two are bonded. And now, pretty much the demon kills those who caused him harm, and he feels it. It's awesome. I love Pumpkinhead. I love the way the creature looks. They made a couple others. I know a lot of people give part 2 a lot of hate. I don't mind part 2. But part 1 was definitely in my top 3. Alright, number 2 is Carrie. What can you say about Carrie? Great film with Sissy Spacek and John Travolta. Can't say revenge without Carrie, you know. Got the shit going on, the telekinesis, going to revenge on everybody at the prom. Awesome, awesome. And my number 1. When I first saw this movie, I was like, what the fuck? How this movie ever got made? And that is I Spit on Your Grave, aka Day of the Woman. Wow. I can see how this movie gets banned in certain areas, but this movie was awesome. This poor woman gets raped by 4 men in the backwoods area because she goes out to write a novel, and she says, you know what, I'm done, fuck this shit, the cops are not helping me. She goes after all 4 men and gets them in really good ways. This movie's outstanding. And they made a remake, and there's a sequel to that remake. I saw the original, I saw the remake. The remake was good, but I haven't seen part 2. But this is my top 10 of revenge flicks. I hope you enjoyed the list. I'd like to hear from what you think. Please post your comments down below, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. If you got a top 10 too, post it up. I'd like to see it. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and have yourself a good night. Later.